Welcome to this Ninja Skill Booster, where we're going to talk about how to kickstart this new year 2023. My name is Marie-Geneviève. Everybody calls me MG, so feel free to do so. If you want to address any comments, thoughts, questions, you are free and encourage you to participate. So I'm a productivity ninja here at Think Productive. We are a training company on productivity, where our vision is to have a work revolution where everyone loves Mondays. But today, let's focus on our goals, our 3 key points: how to harness your ninjas, prepare and plan for the year coming, and of course, as always, focus on well-being. If you have done training with us before, you probably know our 9 ninjas here. They all have their own characteristics and attitude and tics and trips and ideas behind them. But today, we will focus on the stealth and camouflage one, the mindfulness, preparedness, and the human, not superhero. Our first tip here is to hide. Hiding is very important. Can you just try to camouflage yourself and hide to get some stuff done, just like the chameleon here? Because ninjas, we go dark physically and digitally. Because you know what? Camouflage is actually the art of being there without being seen. Sometimes we need time by ourselves to do our solo work, our preparation, preparedness, planning. And in order to do so, we have to get out of the world. we have to find a way not to be seen. So maybe you can work offline, turn the notifications off, and make sure you won't be disturbed and there will be no interruption into your work. So you will be able to do your planning, maybe tackle email backlog that you have from coming back from the holiday, bring it back to zero, clean it up, plan for a team regroup, connection, any projects that you might have to start in the year coming, turn off your out of office notification if it's not automated, do a little review and set up for 2023. And we will help you with that. We'll give you a worksheet in order to do this planning today. First thing that we're going to do together is to block out time in your calendar to think and plan. I will give you a few minutes here. Go into your agenda and block maybe 1 hour, 2 or 3 blocks of 1 hour in the days, weeks to come in order to do your planning for the year and to complete the work that we will initiate today together. So I will give you just a minute here for you to block these moments. Very important, because if you don't do it right now, chances are that it will be forgotten. So let's do it now. If you need more time, just take note and you can fix it after the session. Let's move on to our ninja tip number 2. Thinking is the key. We all have 2 modes of work. And we have the working mode, which is when we do our work, we execute our task, and we all have that boss thinking mode. And no matter which position you have, you don't have to be a manager or a boss in order to do some boss mode thinking. The boss mode thinking is sometimes we have to be our own boss for our own day, about our priorities. What do we want to do first? How do we want to do things? We have to find solution. And to have enough time to think and plan is really important. So how is your diary looking for the weeks coming? Please do loads of boss thinking and make a plan right now, so you will feel a sense of Zen-like calm when you return to work and when you execute your task. Because the better planning you do, the easier the execution is going to be. You will be able to do You work with calm, clarity, and confidence that what you're doing is the best thing, the most important thing at this time. So planning is really important, and we will help you with that. I will give you a few minutes here to fill up the first part of the worksheet. But first, we have to look back a little bit in order to better look ahead. So what about the past year, 2022? What were the highlights, the learnings? Anything you'd like to have more or less in the year coming? You can just put keywords, gather your thought about this. I will give you 3 minutes. If you don't have the sheet, or if it's complicated for you, just take a piece of pen and paper and you can get to the worksheet after. But just have these thoughts, highlights, learnings about professional life, personal, family, hybrid working, all kinds of situation you might have. So I will leave you a few minutes to fill that part. Less COVID and less stress. Yay, in 2023. Exactly. And I'd like to say here, this is very important. If we don't take the time to put that on paper, what we are doing today, chances are it's not going to happen. Some sort of manifestation, you know. If we take time to think about what we want, which direction we want to go, chances are it's going to happen. You still have 2 minutes to gather your thoughts here. And I see there is one question here. I can take your question here. Angs, if you still have a question, you can unmute.
Hi, it's Heinz. Says here that the chat is disabled. I've got some chat questions to ask and I cannot get in and enter them.
Oh, is it?
Well,
Okay,
when I click on the chat, I don't know. I see Barbara is sending things, but Barbara is the host along with you. So I don't know. Can you fix that, please?
Sure, we're gonna give it a try. Barbara, can you try to get back into the?
If you've got questions, Heinz, you can put them in the Q&A section.
Okay, rather than chat.
Yeah, so pop it in there.
Okay.
Got it. Perfect.
There we go. Thanks, Andrea.
Okay. Got it. Yep. Okay, and the same thing. Andrea asked the same question, so
yeah.
Put it in the Q&A.
Okay, sorry, I'm so used to the chat that I led you to the chat, but perfect. Okay, we're back on track here. All right, I'm going to close the chat then and keep your Q&A open. Perfect. All right. We will continue our work of thinking and planning with the next section by imagining a wonderful year. Like, what would be the best year? What would you like to bring into that year? What would be the picture, the portrait? Could be a motto, a phrase, keywords. Like I said, by putting them down on paper, chances are it's going to happen. And I will also suggest that you do your daily checklist. And we have a suggestion here of a checklist, but of course you can do your own. And take 5 to 10 minutes every morning to go through your checklist before you start your day, just to make sure that all your priority and things that you want to do in your day will happen and will be taken care of. So I will give you once again a few minutes here to capture your thoughts and ideas and make your own little to-do list for later for you to complete. Some people like to do that at the end of the day though, to make sure that they went through everything that they had to do during the day and prepare the day after, prepare tomorrow, up to you. But the checklist is a very, very good tool for a kind of short, quick preparation of the day, of the week. And of course, these are our ideas and guidelines. If you have any other thoughts, anything you'd like to add, this is your time, your work, your ear. So up to you to add anything else you'd like to add into this plan. I'll give you 1 minute to wrap your ideas, take a few notes still if you have to, but you will be able to continue this work in the time that you have planned. The first exercise that we did, you have some time now in your agenda plan in order to finish these tasks of thinking and planning. So let's get back. Our next ninja tip is about mindfulness. So the question here in thinking is, how can you take a moment here to think about how you will be mindfully taking care of yourself and your team, your colleague, maybe your family, the people around you in a year to come? So there's another part in the worksheet where we can gather your thoughts on how to be mindfully supportive for yourself or others. But what does it mean really? Sometimes people are not always familiar with mindfulness. Mindfulness, it is just a way of being, a way of seeing things in another way by being more present in the moment. And instead of just being driven by life, you can just take control back of your life, driving your life where you want to bring it. And I like to explain mindfulness as cutting the link between the action and the reaction. Because, sometimes we have whatever input in our life, like an email, some bad news, the car is broken, a new project we have to do at work. And our reaction is just automated. We don't even think about it, and we respond with stress. The natural response is just like, once again, something more to do, But what if we just cut that link? There's an input, there's an action, something is happening, but I take a step back, a couple of deep breaths, and I choose the way I will react to this with, obviously, more calm. The reaction is always better when we take a bit of time to think about it, just like a few seconds, a few breaths will do. Any other tips and tricks? It's really up to you. Some people like to go for walks, just to clear their mind. Change a coffee for a glass of water. If you drink a lot of coffee, sometimes we get more stress, and water will do. Just change a few habits. Read about mindfulness, initiate yourself to meditation, things like that. Just being more present, keeping in mind that the balance of well-being, personal life, and work is really important. I think this is a good thing to put in your bucket list for the year to come. Any other personal actions you'd like to take to be more mindful could be written here in your worksheet. So I will give you still a few minutes to write down any ideas you'd like to add about mindfulness. How can you bring more calmness, focus? And a good way to find what works for you is to being conscious of when is the moment you have your best energy, your best focus, your best concentration, and what helped you get into that zone and keep that good focus. So that will give you a little hint on what works for you, and maybe a little bit more of that and a bit less of reactive reaction and stress. There's a lot to say about mindfulness, but I will leave it up to you to think about how does it resonate for you. So maybe just another 30 seconds, 1 minute. And it's okay if nothing comes up to you right now. As you will think about it in the days and weeks to come, you will discover maybe new things and have more ideas on how we can incorporate mindfulness. And I will share one idea with you for the next tip, which is tip number 4, breathe. What a classic, but breathing is your best weapon against stress. And what I love about breathing is it doesn't take long. The benefits of deep breathing to calm the body and the mind is like a few seconds. And maybe you don't know that about me, but I am a yoga teacher. So I like the breathing part, and I would like to share with you one breathing exercise today, because not everyone is familiar with breathing exercise. And sometimes you're like, I'd like to breathe, but like, what is it really? How do I do it? So let's do it together to practice. So it will be easier for you, yay, to keep that good habit. First of all, let's sit comfortably. Back is straight and long. Hands wherever it feels good. Could be on your laps, on your desk. Take a moment to adjust your posture. You can either close your eyes or gaze down. And start by inhaling through your nose and just exhaling through your mouth. Just sigh it out, just to let the body and the mind settle down. They will calm themselves by themselves with the breathing. So inhale through your nose and through your mouth, exhale. Inhale through your nose and exhale out. And now through your nose, inhale for a count of 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 1 second here, and then exhale through your nose for 3, 2, 1. Inhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and exhale slowly, deeply. One more. Inhale through your nose. Longest, deepest one. Hold it there for 1 second or 2, and then slowly Mindfully exhale every bit of air out of your lungs. And let go of the technique. Just come back to your normal breath and observe. Are we different or not? I think we are. And that took 1 minute. So please don't forget to take 1 minute to breathe. And I will tell you the truth, you will forget, okay? So the thing is, maybe you put that into your agenda, some reminders in your phone. I'm not crazy about the notification and the bling, bling, bling reminders, but for that one, I will allow it, okay? Here and there, 1 in the afternoon, 1 in the morning, maybe. If you forget it, what I do is I take a moment to breathe in between every meeting or task. So I do one task, I stop, I breathe before the next one. So I can let go of what happened and be better prepared for what is coming. And finally, our last tip, human, not superhero, of course. I know this sounds a bit maybe cheesy with our New Year resolution that we don't keep, but if we keep trying, we will get better at it by eating better, of course, drink water, because that keeps our brain hydrated, so better focus, better concentration, move your body and make it fun. If you don't like to go to the gym, try something fun, dance in your living room, in your office, whatever, just move a little bit more. Take regular breaks, of course, plan them in your calendar if you think that you're gonna miss them, because you don't have time. I don't believe if you don't have time to take a break, that means that you really do need that break. Don't forget that. If you need inspiration, there's this new book, How to Have Energy by the Food That We Eat, written by Graham and Colette. So that could be a good inspiration for you to read in order to incorporate these good habits every day. So today, I hope that you are a bit more ready to harness your ninjas, prepare and plan, focus on well-being, and in the days and weeks to come, continue that good work of planning and thinking about what you'd like to incorporate into this new year coming. January is always a good time for that. And if you need help for anything else related to productivity, communication, email management, we are here to help. And before we go, I will hand it over to Barbara to talk to you about this nice surprise that we have for you today.
Thanks, MG. And there's also a chance for us, if there's any questions, we've got a few minutes afterwards. Yep. I want to quickly go into our surprise competition. I don't think I can't. Can you just switch to the next slide there, MG?
Sure. Here we are.
There we go. So what we're giving away this month, every month we've been giving something away, and this is a kind of a big one. We're going to be giving away a spot on our 6 Weeks to Ninja program. So it starts at the end of March and it goes middle of March and goes until the very end of April. So if you are interested in participating and getting signing up for that, then you have to do our survey. So there's the link there. I will pop this into the chat if I can. I'll pop it into the chat for you. But there it is. You can get it on your phone, and you can finish our survey. And in there, you can put your name in to win a spot on our program today. Was there anything else, MG, that you need to add?
There was one question about receiving a copy of the deck.
Well, we don't send a copy of the deck up, but we do have it recorded. So I'll be posting that on our YouTube site this afternoon as soon as it is available, and I will email everybody to let them know that it's there.
Perfect.
Okay. So give me a second to find the Irish link.
Gordon, can you expand on the second brain? Yes, I do have 1 minute. Let's take that minute for the second brain. When we talk about the second brain is, we always have these pop-ups and these ideas and things to do in our head. Whatever it is, like I have to call my boss, I have to fill that report, I have to bring the car to the garage, soccer for the kids, milk on the way back, whatever. And that interferes with our capacity to focus and concentrate on what we have to do. Because our brain is made to have ideas, to be creative, not to keep them. This is not a memory stick, okay? So download your brain on whatever support you'd like. Could be just a piece of paper. When there's too much going on, just write it down. So it's out of your brain. You can now get that clarity back, focus back, and it will not be forgotten. It's on your piece of paper. What I like to do is I work with Microsoft To Do. This is free with the Microsoft Suite, and I have all kinds of lists. And when I think about something, I just put it in a list. And when I have time to address that subject, I will do, but it will not be forgotten. So don't try to keep everything here. Just let it go, clear it out in your second brain. So this is a good concept that we teach sometimes, yeah. All right, so that's it. You're welcome, Gordon. So that's it for today, but we have another Ninja Skill Booster next month. So stay aware and you will have the chance to participate every month to these free webinars. So thank you so much for being here today and have a good year, productive and well as well. So think about yourself always first, people first, and see you next time. Thank you.